Hey Void, how you doing? So, it's been. This is one of my big backlog movies. Now, it's been since I think October since I've actually done any Shudder Trek. That's how long it's my way backlog goes back. But this is the last one of those. There's still a couple more I did pull off Shudder just to watch, but this is the last one that was my running through it. And that is the 2019 film The Furies, which I had no expectations going into this one, but I did actually end up enjoying it. So, I knew nothing going in. Completely blind. So, this film, I'm trying to think if it was a Australian film. That's it. Essentially, it's about two friends who are just out late at night. One's pretty much doing like graffiti tagging, I think, if I recall. She's like the dangerous one, and the other one's the one that kind of plays it way too safe and wouldn't do any. Is pretty much needs the other girl to look out for her, pretty much. I can't remember if those two were like a couple or if it was just or just close friends, because it's been that long since I've seen it. But they did have some chemistry, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, never mind all that. They're swiftly abducted right at the beginning, and our lead girl wakes up in a box, and I think I can't remember her name. Trying to see if IMDb can help me out here because it's listing the characters, but I think her name was Kayla. Kayla or Sheena. I think Kayla. Anyway. So, point is, she wakes up in this Hunger Games-esque game where essentially it's a bunch of women are essentially loose in the woods running from masked killers. Now, each of the killers is matched to one of the girls, so if the girl dies, so the killers are trying to kill all the other girls and protect their own. If their own girl dies, they also die. So our main girl, essentially her killer ends up pretty much dying from pretty quickly himself, so now she's pretty much on her own. But she's essentially they're all being tracked by this camera that's been implanted, but she's had these weird, like, I think migraines or something. So or like almost like seizures. So whenever she has one of those, she essentially starts seeing with the cameras. She starts seeing like through other cameras, so she can kind of get impressions of certain things, and is using that to their advantage. So she's trying to find her friend and find a way out of this island. And meanwhile, trying to either partner up with some of the girls, but some of the other girls are realizing, oh, I can maybe escape if all the other girls die, so some of them start helping the killers, and it's pretty much a fight for survival. Now, the gore effects in this are actually very good. There are some brutal scenes in this, and the camera does not pull away. It is definitely very bloody, and enjoyably so. The effects are pretty good. The movie overall I definitely had my interest. They don't really go into much about what's going on for a lot of it, but it's kind of a Hunger Games, Battle Royale, that genre of movie, so it's a more horror movie version of that. So it was fun. I liked it, but it's nothing really standouty. I'd give it 5 MacGuffins. It's worth seeing, definitely, but it's not amazing by any stretch of the imagination. This movie I remembered more of this movie than a lot of the other movies I've watched from back around then, so more of it did stick with me, I will say. Because I was kind of surprised. Yeah, I think that's, there's only really that much to talk about from my vague memories of this movie. But, yeah, I do remember enjoying what I saw of it. And some of the characters definitely got a little on the frustrating end, but it was ones you were supposed to be frustrated with, so it did kind of work out overall. Mostly the character of Rose, who's this younger girl who's probably just clearly is a little either traumatized or possibly on the spectrum for her reactions to some things, and her decision making is definitely not good. Well, all I've got on this one. So, see you later, Void.